Throughout history, tales of epic battles have captivated our imaginations. Yet amidst these stories, one battle often remains overlooked: the Battle of Cannae. Here, the formidable might of the Roman Republic clashed with the cunning of Carthaginian general Hannibal. Despite Hannibal commanding a significantly smaller force, he orchestrated a brilliant victory that nearly annihilated the massive Roman army. How did he achieve this astonishing feat? What were the tactics and strategies that led to such a pivotal clash, and what were the repercussions? In the undulating fields near Cannae, located in the southeast of Italy, the destinies of empires teetered on a knife's edge. Roman legions marched confidently to confront their Carthaginian adversary, unaware of the trap awaiting them. Through meticulous planning and audacious maneuvers, Hannibal set the stage for a battle that would etch itself into history as his masterstroke. Join me as I delve into the intricacies of this conflict, where Hannibal's genius tactics collided with the might of Rome. The Battle of Cannae was not merely a clash of swords and shields. It stands as a testament to the strategic brilliance of one man. Now, with the armies arranged and the stage set for conflict, let us journey back to that fateful day in 216 BCE, where the destiny of empires was decided on the blood-soaked fields of Cannae. By the early 3rd century BCE, Rome and Carthage had emerged as the dominant powers in the Mediterranean region, vying for control and supremacy. The First Punic War had ended decades earlier, with Carthage ceding territories to Rome and paying heavy reparations. Seeking revenge and expansion, Carthage looked to its exceptional general Hannibal to challenge Rome once more. Not long after the start of the Second Punic Wars, Hannibal, known for his audacity and strategic brilliance, devised a plan to attack Rome on its own soil. In 218 BCE, he famously led his army, including war elephants, on an arduous journey across the Alps, surprising and outmaneuvering Roman forces in Italy. On his way, Hannibal won several decisive battles, including victories at Trebia and Lake Trasimene. After suffering these defeats, the Romans turned to Quintus Fabius Maximus Verrucosus, appointing him as dictator to confront the looming threat. Fabius implemented attrition tactics against Hannibal, disrupting his supply lines and avoiding direct confrontations. While effective, these methods fell out of favor among the Romans, who, as they recovered from Hannibal's initial victories, began to question the wisdom of the Fabian strategy. This strategy inadvertently allowed the Carthaginian army to regroup, prompting discontent among many Romans eager for a swift end to the war. There was concern that if Hannibal continued to pillage Italy unchecked, Rome's allies might defect to the Carthaginian side for self-preservation. In 216 BCE, Gaius Terentius Varro and Lucius Aemilius Paulus were elected as consuls for the Roman Republic and placed in command of a newly raised army. Whilst no definitive number of Roman troops exists, it is generally agreed that this new army was somewhere in the region of 80,000 men. After the formation of this new force, they were directed to engage Hannibal. Cannae, located in southeastern Italy, near the modern town of Barletta, was the chosen site for the impending showdown. The terrain, characterized by the Aufidus River to the south and hilly terrain to the north, would play a crucial role in Hannibal's strategy. As the Romans approached Cannae, Hannibal knew he was outnumbered with roughly only 50,000 infantry and 10,000 cavalry, made up of Carthaginian and allied African, Gallic, and Spanish troops. As the Roman forces advanced towards Cannae, they were suddenly ambushed by some of Hannibal's light infantry and cavalry. Varro skillfully repelled this surprise attack, steadfastly marching on towards Cannae. This initial victory served to significantly boost the morale of the Roman army, possibly fostering an air of overconfidence, particularly within Varro's ranks. Varro was leading the charge on the first day and was a man characterized by recklessness and hubris, fiercely determined to confront and defeat Hannibal. In contrast, Paulus held reservations about the unfolding battle strategy. Unlike Varro, he was known for his prudence and caution, recognizing the folly of engaging in open-field combat despite the Romans' numerical superiority. Despite these reservations, Paulus deemed it foolish to retreat after the initial success of Hannibal's surprise attack. Instead, he chose to divide the army's forces, positioning 2/3 east of the river Aufidus, while dispatching the remainder to fortify a strategic position 2 kilometers away from the main camp on the opposite side. Understanding the Roman reliance on traditional tactics of a strong center and cavalry on the wings, Hannibal devised a plan to exploit this predictability. He positioned his forces in a convex formation, with his weakest infantry at the center and slightly withdrawn. On the flanks, he positioned his best infantry units with cavalry positioned on the extreme flanks. During the battle, Hannibal employed a tactic known as the double envelopment, an early example of the pincer movement. The purpose of this formation is thought to have been to halt the advancing Roman infantry's momentum and to temporarily slow its progress, creating an opportunity for Hannibal to strategically deploy his African infantry stationed on the flanks more effectively. As the battle commenced, Hannibal's center, intentionally giving ground, drew the Roman forces deeper into the trap. Meanwhile, his superior cavalry on the flanks engaged and quickly overwhelmed the Roman cavalry, encircling the enemy infantry from both sides. The genius of Hannibal's plan became apparent as the Carthaginian cavalry completed their encirclement of the Roman forces. The tightly packed Roman legions found themselves hemmed in on all sides, unable to maneuver or effectively fight. The Roman infantry steadily pushed back Hannibal's center, and the outcome of victory or defeat hinged on it holding. Hold it did. Although it yielded ground, it did not shatter, drawing the Roman center deeper into its trap. Hannibal's crescent formation morphed into a circle, with his African and Spanish troops from the flanks pressing inward against the Romans and Carthaginian cavalry striking from behind. Amidst the Roman heavy infantry's assault, Hannibal positioned himself with his men at the vulnerable core, maintaining a controlled retreat. The crescent of Hispanic and Gallic soldiers gradually tightened inward as they methodically withdrew. Recognizing the Roman infantry's strength, Hannibal had ordered his troops to retreat deliberately, forming an even tighter semicircle around the advancing Romans. This turned the Roman infantry's advantage against them. While the front lines pushed forward, the bulk of the Roman forces began to lose cohesion as reserve troops moved in to fill the expanding voids. In the chaos of the battlefield, Roman soldiers were unable to effectively wield their weapons, their formation collapsing under the relentless pressure. The Carthaginians created a wall and began to systematically massacre the Roman soldiers. The slaughter was immense, with ancient accounts describing the Aufidus River turning red with the blood of tens of thousands of Roman soldiers. Only 14,000 Roman soldiers successfully fled, with the majority fighting their way through to the neighboring town of Canusium, modern-day Canosa di Puglia. On the flip side, Hannibal only lost about 8,000 men. The Battle of Cannae stands as one of the most crushing defeats in Roman history. Despite vastly outnumbering Hannibal's forces, the Romans suffered catastrophic losses, with estimates ranging from 50,000 to 70,000 killed and as many as 20,000 captured. This loss severely depleted Rome's military manpower and shook the confidence of the Republic to its core. However, despite this victory, Hannibal was unable to capitalize fully on his success. Rome's resilience and ability to raise new armies prevented Hannibal from delivering a decisive blow to the heart of the Republic. The war would drag on for over a decade, with battles such as Zama ultimately leading to Hannibal's defeat. Highlighting his tactical genius and the power of his innovative military strategy, the Battle of Cannae remains the jewel in Hannibal's crown, and was indeed his masterstroke. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified of our next video. Join us next time where we'll be diving into more fascinating events from history.